Before Jayden Daniels hoisted the Heisman Trophy, before the country knew him as That Kid Jayden, there was a moment that started it all. A single video that ignited the campaign and took the college football world by storm. This is the story behind that video. How one idea born from an Instagram handle turned into a powerhouse campaign. From brainstorming and pre-production to the shoot itself, the razor-sharp edit, and the last-minute hiccup that almost derailed the whole thing. This is the story of how LSU Football launched That Kid Jayden. Jayden Daniels is the best quarterback in the country. And so it's time to really lock in to start doing on a Heisman campaign. There's a really cool school on campus that has a virtual reality shooting set, a whole volume that does motion tracking and all that. We're essentially just gonna use it as a video board. So I'm gonna get started on the background today. Later in the week, do a video shoot with Jayden in front of said background, and that'll hopefully be the final product. I have to essentially make the video, play the video, and then shoot the video again. So make the video in advance, play it on the wall, and have Jayden in front of said video. Step 1, make the video. A very productive day, just not a very visually exciting day. I spent probably 5 hours just watching old footage. There was 7 hours of YouTube clips I downloaded between podcasts and radio shows that upload their clips. So just listening and gathering sound bites to kind of support the story, and then pulling a bunch of high school stuff. Now I feel like I'm at a good spot. I have all the assets I need in order to take the next step with this piece, essentially editing the video. Today I need to start by getting a rough cut of the audio down. If there's not sound design in there, if there's not some sound effects in there, that's okay, that can be added later. But the visuals need to be final, so when we shoot with Jayden, the screen is locked. Like, you can't change that after the fact. Time to lock in and make this background. I'm not as far along as I would have liked to be, but it is 1:41, and so I need to pack up and go meet with the studio, go over some of the logistical stuff for Sunday. Super easy. But I almost want to see the edges of the screen when it's all the way wide. Okay. See that it's real, see that it's not a green screen shot. Sure. So I think there's like the one main shot that's just kind of like a static locked off shot. Okay. And then I think there's a couple pickup shots that could kind of get used throughout, where we kind of break that depth of field. Like there's one I imagine where he's like kind of running his fingers along the wall. Am I allowed to touch? Sure. Okay. Where he's like kind of just a tight shot of his hand like touching the wall, right? And it's another thing just to build that trust of the realism.
Yeah, so it's like we're really in this studio.
Yeah. So like almost when we focus on the wall, doing it intentionally. I have the audio all cut up, and I have a good layout of the video itself. I'm gonna have to continue working on that over the weekend to get that ready for Sunday. Get the rough cut done in Premiere, and then bring the whole thing into After Effects and make it all pop. It is 4 a.m. I guess officially shoot day. Backgrounds are done, and I'm going to bed. Alright, fast forward a couple hours. I got some sleep. Backgrounds are ready, they're loaded. I'm bringing some lighting, some cameras, and we're gonna try and be super efficient. You know, we only really need a half a dozen shots from Jayden. We're gonna get you right on that stool. You'll just be like leaning forward, kind of elbows on your knees. And then we'll just play the video and it'll run in the background. At the end, the lights are gonna pop on. Can we show the lights real quick? Just so you aren't that surprising. Yeah, slowly start lifting up your head right into the camera. There you go, hold that. Lights are coming here in a couple seconds. You'll hear the countdown.
Feel lights in 3, 2, 1, straight.
That was money on the light. So as soon as it goes black there, you're gonna kind of be like that. Just setting that one, so just standing right in that one spot. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Awesome. That's all. Overall, it was maybe an hour and a half shoot. Got there an hour, set up, testing, finalizing everything and making sure it's all worked out. And then Jayden was probably only there for about 20 minutes. It was super efficient. The leather jacket was a hit. It looked sick with his jewelry, his chains, and it really popped. So that is an awesome element. Now fast forwarding a little bit to the editing process. It's a relatively simple edit because it's just cutting between the shots that I have in real time, mainly sticking on one shot, cutting here and there into a little bit of the pickup shots on the Ronin or the other shots on the tripod, and then really just clean up the sound design. So let's jump into the edit, and I'll talk through that as I go. Like I mentioned, the editing process was pretty simple overall. First, I went ahead and synced up the various shots. This was done using the visual cues in the background, such as when it switched scenes, and just lining up the various angles based on those markers. Then I could cut between them. For most of the video, it's just holding on a single shot, but towards the beginning, I used the other shots to establish the scene a little bit. Finally, I could really finish up the audio, doing the final sound and audio mix along with sound design of the whole piece. This completed the 16:9 version. Next, it was time to make it vertical, something that I put a little bit of thought into on the front end. It started with saving a still frame and using the generative fill in Photoshop to extend the frame above and below. Then I duplicated and flipped the original video to act as a reflection on the new floor, along with some soft masking to blend it together. And on its own, I think it looks strong, but compared with the 16:9 export, you can tell what's real and what's not. That wraps up the production. The videos are ready to go, and the original plan was to post this the day after beating Alabama. But you know how that went. Worst case scenario. Jayden got knocked out the game, concussed,
so Jayden Daniels still face down on that Dallas Turner hit,
and his status was unknown for the next game. Bad. Fast forward a week, LSU versus Florida. Jayden is cleared to play and does his thing, plus some. Perfect timing. That Kid Jayden drops the next day, and he goes on to win the Heisman Trophy in New York City. All is right in the world. Now, let's see the final product that kicked off his Heisman campaign.
My dad said he put a football in my hand when I was young. It was my first love.
My name is Jayden Daniels. I'm from San Bernardino, California.
I want to be remembered as somebody that came in and changed the program, change it for the better. Being a smaller kid and playing quarterback, many people didn't think I could do it.
If this guy lands in the right spot, he will explode.
No matter what, I always have more to prove.
It is a done deal. Jayden Daniels is a Tiger.
Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished?
He's got to be the front runner.
He's the best quarterback in the country. He's the best player.
I didn't know he could get to this level.
He's a fun guy. He likes to joke around. It's fun to be around.
There's very little the opposition can do.
putting together monster numbers. I mean, just straight video game numbers tonight.
That kid is an ultimate competitor.
100% committed.
This dude's a gamer. It's electric.
He was sensational. That is elite.
That's the story of this video and how we got there. I hope you like this behind the scenes look at it. And come back if you want more content like this. Thanks for watching.